folks. It's a lovely evening with Jonathan Veira and friends. And live in the studio, special guest, Steve Legg with his friend Mark Thompson. You didn't even know that was going to happen. Here it goes, and he goes like this. It's 8 o'clock on a Sunday. Regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la. Sing us a song to the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. Now John at the bar, he's a friend of mine. He gets my drinks for free, and he's quick with the joke. Or he'll light up your smoke, but there's some place that he'd rather be. He said, John, I believe this is killing me. As a smile ran away from his face, I know I could be a big movie star if I could get out of this place. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la. Sing us a song in the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody. Hope you are. You got us feeling all right. Packed show tonight, so it's going to be short. It's a pretty good crowd for a Sunday. And the manager, there she is, over there. I love that dress, by the way. That top you got. It's very nice. I've always liked that.
Actually, everyone's admiring your outfit.
Oh, do they like this?
It's thrown them a bit.
I'll tell you what's happened is that actually my guest, as he came in the door. And he's very tall, and he's bothered to put on a really nice shirt. But worse, the person who's brought him, right, his friend, looks better than I do. So that's really, really hard. It's really hard when a man known, legendary for his good looks, and well-dressedness.
And there's one comment that says, because of the side camera, it looks like you've got your pants on over your trousers. It's the Superman condition he has, you know.
Oh, yeah. How about that? Because you're not... I don't want comments. What is wrong with you? I'm trying to be a musician.
Comments. You want to know
all I get
they're
is
paying
rudeness
attention.
from all of you out there. I've given you nothing but blood, sweat and tears.
And the odd tune.
Over 60-something programmes. And the manager, she gives me a smile. And it's a nice smile. And I just wanted to say that to you this week. It's a lovely smile. I saw you smiling today.
Thank
and
you.
I thought, not bad for an old woman.
That's very nice of you.
Right. And but still, despite that, she knows that it's me. Always. I just want to say what the name on the packet is. JV. They've been coming to see, in all humility, to forget about life. And what a lot to forget about. Oh my goodness. It's making me angry and angry each day. But when you come to the Steinway room, you go, happy. Forget about life for a while. piano, it sounds like a carnival, and the microphone, it smells like a beer. And they sit at the bar and put bread in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here? La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la la. Oh, now sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. As the piano dies away, we welcome you once again to another evening, number 60 something or the other, JV and Sue, live from the Steinway room. And here we are. I'm going to put this down here. And I think actually, I just want to sing another song straight away. Can we have What a Difference?
Ooh,
What a
do you
Difference.
want the words for that? 'Cause I've got them in.
Well, if you can find them, but otherwise I'll just make them up as I go
second.
along. Go on, let's go ahead. Let's have the music. From the album. Which one was it? The second one. Moments, I think it is. What a difference a day makes. Here we go. What a difference a day makes. 24 little hours brought the sun and the flowers, as if by magic, where there used to be rain. My yesterday was blue, dear. Today I'm a part of you, dear. My lonely nights are through, dear, since you said you were mine. Oh, what a difference a day makes. There's a rainbow before me. Skies above can't be stormy. Since that moment of bliss, that thrilling kiss, it's heaven when you find romance on your menu. What a difference a day makes. And the difference is you. Let's hear from Ben Castle. My yesterday was blue, dear. Today I'm a part of you, dear. My lonely nights are through, dear, since you said you were mine, oh mine. What a difference a day makes. There's a rainbow before me. skies above can't be stormy. Since that moment of bliss, that thrilling kiss is heaven when you find romance on your menu. What a difference a day made, and the difference is you. Is Sue, actually. Is Sue, my baby, it's you. Oh, my baby, it's you. The fabulous sound of Mark Edwards, Arnie Sobergy, Dan Beckett on drums, and on saxophone, the inimitable Mr. Ben Castle, who will be appearing in all his glory on the new album. And what a new album is that?
That song.
Oh, that song.
That song.
Oh, right.
Especially for Evelyn and Roy Blackman.
Oh.
It was your 56th wedding anniversary yesterday, so that one is for you.
Sorry, stop a minute. Stop a minute. How can you be married to somebody for 56 years, right?
They've managed it. And can I just say, Evelyn, I know that you like Ben Castle on the saxophone, so I thought you'd appreciate that one. So happy anniversary for yesterday.
And Evelyn.
Amazing job. Amazing job. 56 years. Oh.
Unbelievable. It's quite...
40 feels a long time.
You deserve a medal each. Because I've lived with Sue now for 39 years. And I wouldn't live a day without her.
Close.
You know, it's like the Mary Poppins, isn't it? One day what was it? One day. Supercalifragilistic. What's the line?
One day I said it to my girl, and now my
girl's
my
wife.
wife.
And then she goes, and she looks at him, and he goes, and a lovely thing she is too. And I think that's exactly what we are there. Lovely to see you all here tonight and joining us. And those who have not yet decided to look at Strictly tomorrow, how could you want dancing over this? In all honesty, and we've got one of the finest,
most amazing
showmen in tonight, who's come all the way from Littlehampton. And trust me, not many people come from Littlehampton. Not many people go to Littlehampton, but not many people come from Littlehampton. All right. No, I've got his friend has actually moved from Esher. Can you believe it? He moved from Esher to Littlehampton. Obviously, we're going to check his health and everything else and mental health later on. But anyway, we've had a bit of a week, haven't we?
We have a busy week. We had a wonderful show in Pett on Friday. So if you are watching as a result of seeing us in Pett on Friday, please note it on Facebook so that we can say hello to you.
If you're watching on YouTube, now of course you can watch on YouTube, but you can also you can watch on television on YouTube if you've got yourself plugged into that, or on your iPad, or on your computer, on your laptop, and you can tune in via Facebook on your phone. Okay, so Jonathan Veira on the live stream, and you can then put that down, turn the volume down because it's broadcast at different levels. Turn the volume down, and then you can add comments to it. And we would love to see, if you're new, put new from Pat or new from something, and we'd love to welcome new people through the autumn. And as we see, things are hotting up in the States for the virus again, and people are getting nervous. There's no need to get nervous, people. All right, do not respond to the news. Please do not respond to the news. Just can you be careful? Don't take on that fear. Remember, we talked about that. Don't let your pulse go high with every announcement from the BBC News. That's what it's meant to do, and you're meant to click on and clickbait, it's called, and you're meant to get angry. I do, so I know many of you do, but you don't just get angry, you get anxious. And this show is about calming you down. It always has been about making you feel you're in a good place and a supported community. And that is of people, say every week, it's for people of faith and no faith. Is that clear? Right, people of faith and no faith. It is supported a lot by people from the Christian community, but it is not just a solely Christian community. It is a program for anybody who wants to join. So we love having you. I've been asked to do for Mr. Mark Borisov.
I hope you're listening.
I hope you are. Now listen. No, I haven't practiced this, Mark, so I'm just going to do it. But we had our grandchildren there yesterday, Lily May and later on Poppy Grace. And Lily, she ran towards me and said, "Oh, Grandad," or whatever she called. What did she call me?
She calls you Gran.
Gran. Can't be bothered with the second syllable. It's not. It doesn't bode well for the future, doesn't it? Can't be bothered with the second syllable of words. Just Gran. She loves me picking up.
Oh dear.
This. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round. She gives it to me. Then round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all day long. Now, for some reason, Rachel hates the ukulele, and because of that, I'm going to play it. That's what I'm going to do, all right?
You know she's got the test card.
Of course she has. Right, now. So a little bit of a variation theme on the wheels on the bus go round and round, okay? So this is for Mark and my grandchildren. Minor. Serious bus. And now a melodramatic bus. Jazzy bus. Finally, a rock and roll bus. More to do at the moment. I just want to say, look, you've been playing. You've been on the bus for.
Mark was thrilled.
20 years.
Thrilled.
20 years.
Yes,
you've been
just
driving
celebrated
buses.
a big anniversary, didn't you?
That's
Mark?
excellent.
So,
now,
well
I'm going to do this song. We've got Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa, men have named you.
This is for Diana for your birthday from your lovely husband.
You're so like the lady with the mystic smile. Yeah, I've forgotten it. Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, men have named you. You're so like the lady with the mystic smile. Is it only 'cause you're lonely that men have blamed you for that Mona Lisa strangeness in your smile? Do you smile to tempt another Mona Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been brought to your doorstep. They just lie there and they die there. Are you warm? Are you real, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lonely, lovely work of art? Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. I used to do that one so much, every show didn't I, for years. And I stopped doing it.
Yes.
Lovely,
one more Diana song, will enjoy it because it's her favourite song. So happy birthday, Diana.
Oh yes, bring in. This one's. I'm going to do this one, and I think we'll do a Christmas update, and then it's going to be our special guest.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one is for.
This is a song. This is a special song. This Martin, lovely Martin, is home from hospital. So well done, Martin. You've had a really rough time, you and Helen, and you asked if Jonathan could sing this particularly for Helen, because now you're home from hospital, and we wish you all the best, and just take things slowly and get better slowly, but lots of love from us and from everyone else in the community, so bring him home.
God on high, hear my prayer, hear my need. You have always been there. He's young, he's afraid. Let him rest. Heaven blessed. Bring him home. Bring him home. Bring him home. He's like the son I might have known. If God had granted me a son, a summer's time, one by one, how soon they fly, on, and I am old and will be gone. Bring him peace, bring him joy. He's young, he is only a boy. You can take, you can give, let him be. him live. If I die, let me die. Let him live. Bring him home. Bring him home. Bring him home. I hear applause in the background. It's either somebody's let the neighbours in.
That was great. That was really great, as usual. As usual.
Well, that did that, and that was. And now I have to tell you all, we're going to give you a little Christmas update, which is simply this: that I spent the week back and forward to the south coast, and then listening. We spent the whole time when we were on holiday, listening to tracks being sent back, and dealt with Mark, who's being in his studio, putting fantastic finishing touches to arrangements. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas with magnificent Ben Castle playing saxophones, a whole lot of them.
Oh, yes.
You're gonna, if it doesn't blow your mind, then I don't know what you think. If you go, well, I don't really like that. If you do say that, don't bother to write to me. Do not bother to come and see me ever again, okay? Some wonderful songs on there. Yeah. Begin to look a lot like Christmas. We're going to do O Come, O Come Emmanuel. We'll be singing beautifully, classically. We're going to be doing Go Tell It on the Mountain, which is a really funky, there's going to be so many different styles on there. And down to Paul's, have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your tears be right. All that beautiful song. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you delivered will someday deliver you. Mary, did you know? Beautiful, beautiful version of that Mark's done with me and many others, actually, just wonderful. And of course the one that you're recording, which comes down to, did you put this in here?
Yeah, it's in there somewhere.
It's in there, there it is. Okay, and this is the Graham Kendrick one. Graham's going to be thrilled. I'll send him the version very soon, because he was thrilled. He asked me if I would do this one.
It's going to be very, very nice.
You stepped down from heaven, humbly you came, King of all creation, here with us. In a starlit manger. Fortunately, I'm not playing the piano on this one. Emmanuel, light of the world, here to save. And eventually, you'll sing this line, this chorus. Adore, come, let us adore. Come, let us adore Him, the Lord. Worship Christ, the Lord. Let all that is within us adore. Wise men bring their treasures, shepherds bow low, angel voices sing of peace on earth. What have I to offer to heaven's King? I will bring my life, my love, my all. And you sing, adore. Come, let us adore. Oh, come, let us adore Him, the Lord. Worship Christ, the Lord. Let all that is within us adore. And you sing, angels sing, praises ring to the newborn King. Peace on earth here with us, joy awakening. At your feet we fall. Angels sing, praises ring to the newborn King. Peace on earth here with us, joy awakening. At your feet we fall. Let me sing together. Adore. Come, let us adore. Oh, come, let us adore Him, the Lord. Worship Christ, the Lord. Let all that is within us adore. And that's what you're going to be involved in singing. Now, it's really important because this is an update, is that we reached the money, the £10,000 that we asked for on, which day was it? Wednesday or Thursday, something like that?
I can't remember now, but it
was
one of those
exciting
days.
So we thank you, bless you once again. You have financed your way through 3 albums, the trilogy, the lockdown trilogy, and we thank you. You're an extraordinary bunch of people, and we thank you, okay? Now, people have added to that because there will be extra costs, but as you remember, Sue and I will take nothing from this until we sell the CD. So the ones that we give to you now, that's what we did. And if we sell any extras, then we'll make some money on it.
We have put a stretch limit on there so that if you want to keep giving, please do. If you wanted to be part of the choir, we need to know straight away because we're going to be sending that out this week, and that's got to be done very quickly. So you've got to let us know, or you've got to contribute your £50 to be part of the choir. And please feel free to continue to give because it's always wonderful to have the money there to pay the musicians.
What we're going to be doing, we've got to pay. What we want to do is promote it a little bit so that people get to know about the album, and that your money will go always to promoting. It won't sit in an account somewhere.
Nope.
Enriching us. That is for absolutely, and we are completely open about that. We've always said that from the beginning. So it's really important that you know that. But thank you those who've given. If you've given and that's it, thank you for giving sacrificially.
And if you cannot give, please don't. We really mean that. Please do not.
And write to us if you cannot afford a CD. I will give you one. If you would like
a CD, we will give you one.
We'll just give you one. Okay.
If you cannot afford it, please don't push yourself because it's not right.
That is it. Let's just should we move on? You'll be receiving that in the post. We have a very special guest. But before we come in, here's a little to go with all the optimism that's going around in the news today.
You know the song.
You know the song.
Sing along.
Here it is, written by Paul Field and myself, me on the banjo, him on the lyrics.
Jonathan drives us just around the bend.
Just around the bend. And we welcome you to just enjoy this song while we bring in our special guests. Let's go.
Long time traveling down this hard and rocky road. We're all just trying to survive, walking together and sharing the load, doing all we can to stay alive. I believe the journey is nearly over. I believe these troubled times will end. I believe we'll find a better may be weary, and sometimes we just don't know how we can keep on keeping on. Take one day at a time and trust that history will show. When we're united, we are strong. I believe the journey's nearly over. I believe these troubled times will end. I believe we'll find a better place just around the bend. So take care of each other, for we all need the hope that heals, the love that mends. Even when the darkness is as far as we can see, the sun will shine again somewhere just around the bend. Of each other, for we all need the hope that heals, the love that mends. Even when the darkness is as far as we can see, the sun will shine again, I believe, just around the bend. Just around the bend. I believe the journey's nearly over. I believe the journey's nearly over. I believe these troubled times will end. I believe these troubled times will end. I believe we'll find a better place just around the bend. I believe we'll find a better place just around the bend. Just around the bend.
Well, we have a very, very special guest here with a very special friend with him too. And here he is over in the corner.
I've never seen this man in all my life.
No.
Who is he?
He's a security guard we have here.
My act is that bad.
Basically, you know, he's a bloke from down the road, but he looks good, but he's very, very tough, so don't mess around in here, okay? Steve, you're here in the studio with us.
Thank you. I feel we need a round of applause.
Yes.
Come on.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
Don't start applauding yourself. Not yet. Steve, would you like to sing? Now we've arranged to sing Ness and Dorema. So
come on, let's do it. Yeah, I'll do the high bits.
Okay. Steve, it's good to have you here.
Oh, it's lovely to be here. My favourite city, Guildford. No, it's really lovely to be here. I have a rider on my contract. I insist every show I have a barometer on the wall behind me. So, oh, it's not. It's a clock. Oh dear, so much for that. It looks like a barometer on there.
Yeah, picture my children, just to kind of, you know, I don't know. That's it. You come and you clearly have a lot of courage wearing a shirt like this.
Thank you so much. I'm known for my shirts. I have to wear shirts like this now. I've been on the road 33 years, believe it or not. 33 years, 2 weeks ago. Man and boy.
Congratulations. Another round of applause. Come on.
I'm clapping myself again.
We're going to be
it's like Steve Wright in the afternoon, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Got Sally Traffic over here.
Yeah. Yes. So how is the traffic? How is the traffic?
Yeah, how is the traffic doing? Do we ever do traffic on here?
No, we don't. No, it's not a feature. How difficult was it for you to get to the programme? It's that kind of thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. You made your way from the kitchen to the lounge.
There we go.
Steve, you've been on the road for 33 years. For those people who don't know you, and there won't be many, but there are some, what is it you do? What have you been doing on the road for 33 years? What did your wife think that you've been on the... Does she have... What does she think you've been doing for 33 years?
Do you know what? It sounds very glamorous, doesn't it? Reality is staying in hotels, thousands of miles on the road, chatting to my wife for 2 minutes a day.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, isn't it?
That's why you stay together, I guess. You haven't seen her. That's probably...
Yeah, I do comedy magic to speak to people about Jesus. Yeah. And comedy magic, if you don't find it funny, it's just magic. But I always have to explain to people it's not real magic. But sometimes Christians, some weirdo Christians have this crazy idea about magic. Yeah, and sometimes after some shows you see some of them marching around the car park chanting, "He's a witch, burn him." I'm really not a witch. It's not magic, it's just tricks. And I do tricks and stuff to speak to people about God. And when we first met, I was kind of specialising in escapology.
You were?
I used to get out of straitjackets and dangle upside down.
What happened to that then? So tell us a bit about that, because you must... I mean, that was the weirdest thing. I remember it was at the time when... there were quite a lot of Christians travelling around doing things, gospel outreach, and
But it was
singers.
Completely unique, the escapology. It was a 40-metre road crane. I'll be put into a regulation straitjacket, tied by my ankles, take me up, 40 metres, about 130 feet, and I'd have 1 minute to extricate myself. And I used to do that, and I'd travel around the world doing that. And it
was that your main act? That was it
really was. It was escapology, and I escaped from handcuffs and chains and ropes and all that sort of stuff, and locked boxes. But come on, these days I'm in my late 20s, so
it's hard to keep going with that. You're putting a few pounds.
There we are. Yeah. So these days it's kind of magic of the mind.
But hold on, let's just go back, because I'm interested in this, because a lot of people. So you would have based yourself on Houdini, obviously.
Yes, the world's second greatest escape artist.
Apart from you, exactly. But a lot of the stuff, the David Blaine type stuff that's going on now, living in a box for 90 days or whatever he was doing, and quite extreme, what I would call extreme magic.
Yeah, I would call it. I wouldn't call it magic. Endurance stuff. Right. I mean, I can do that. I mean, I've been here 2 hours. I've been to your toilet 5 times. A mug of coffee, 90 days in a box.
That is what occurred to me. It was about where do you do what? Yeah. He's up there living in a box. It was Blaine, wasn't he, who did that?
It was, in a box. Maybe people are eating their supper now, so we won't go into details.
Did they turn the lights off and things?
Who knows? I think he had a tube.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, he did have a tube, I believe, yes.
Okay. And
I'm not sure why I'm looking at Sue for advice. Yes.
Escapology.
Yeah.
Did you have their breathing techniques and things like that?
There were determination, technique, and stuff like that. But I used it to speak to people about God, because the things in our lives that tie us up. Yes. I believe knowing Jesus can set us free. So it's a wonderful parable, if you like, of how we could be set free.
So it's very much like an old biblical kind of
idea
of coming out of a house.
Yeah.
Remember that prophecy, and he talked about when you come out of the house, wipe it off brush it off your shoulders, and tell the people that this is what is going on. So it's very much a picture.
A picture, yeah.
But in and of itself, did things go wrong? I mean,
I always got out. Sometimes it took longer. Escaping upside down when it's raining, you don't think about that all the rain is going to go up your nose, which is quite uncomfortable. But I always got out eventually. Yeah, and even if I couldn't, it worked, because there's things in our lives that we can't get free from. So as a story, as a parable, it kind of worked either way. But most of the time I escaped. But as I said, these days it's more kind of magic of the mind, and I travel the world with a little suitcase and my minder, who's moving. How much are you moving around in that chair? There, I do apologise for my friend squeaking around there.
And I think actually, Sue, when Mark comes in, just give him your microphone and have a chat. Yes. No, okay. So we've got a wide shot, and that's great. It just intrigues me actually that you had to find yourself moving from one thing to another with. Was that because you had to, or because you wanted to?
Do you know, I think I wanted to, John. There were so many people doing escapology.
Oh, really?
People see something working, as you know, and sometimes
I want to do it.
It's a lot harder to be really unique and creative. Yeah. So other people were doing it. I thought maybe it's time to move on, and I would hurt my back occasionally. And if I was gigging up in Newcastle, and come off stage at 10 o'clock and hurt me back, by the time I'm back in Littlehampton 5 in the morning, I can hardly get out of the car. Yeah. I'm all seized up. Yeah. So I think it's probably an age thing as well.
Age thing. Well, no, that's what I had to do. I just stopped doing opera for exactly the same.
Oh, really?
Illness. Oh, yeah. It was illness that stopped me, but it was. Yeah. It was also, I was aware that I don't know. All of us in this room are of a certain age, and where we're going. You know what? I can't. When I was 30, I could do this. When I was 40, I found it slightly more difficult. When I was 50, I was thinking, really? And then now I'm 60, I'm thinking, I'm not going to do it like I did.
I would never think that with singing, particularly opera.
Yes. But with opera,
it's particularly physical.
Okay, it's very physical. Remember, we don't use microphones.
Yeah.
So this is here because we're broadcasting.
Sure.
But yesterday, for example, Friday, I had to do a whole show. I forgot a lead for a vital lead, the lead actually for the PA that I take, and I've never forgotten it. And I got home. I got out to Littlehampton, to Hastings, and blow me down. I opened the case, and the wire was missing. So there, I had to do a whole show without a microphone and just a piano.
Oh man!
So that I could put the piano. But the physical thing of just going. This respiratory system and everything else. So I'm saying that I think as you get older, you change, and you have to change what you're doing so that you recreate yourself, I guess. And that's
I think I reinvented myself, and with the books and the magazine and all those other bits and pieces. It kind of keeps me on my toes a little bit and out of mischief.
Yeah, it does actually. We need that, don't we? How did you find lockdown?
Oh, it drive me mad. 33 years on the road and then 18 months of not getting a round of applause for going to work on a Friday night. I was saying to my wife and daughters, girls, if I do anything in the kitchen, if I empty the dishwasher, can I get a round of applause? Yes. Seriously, we laugh about it, but you miss it. It's that adrenaline of every Friday and Saturday.
We are professional show-offs. That's what we
definitely.
do. Definitely. Why would we deny that? I don't.
Well, you see, it's crazy. You see, I'm an introvert, really. I'm an introverted extrovert.
Okay.
Put me in a house group with 12 people would be my worst case scenario.
I loathe it.
Oh, really?
I loathe it.
Would you be nervous?
I don't like it. 12 frightens me.
Yeah.
A million people I can cope with.
Absolutely. It's much easier, isn't it?
Shows, television, all of that. I could do that.
Yeah.
But I wasn't not nervous, but you get the right.
It's excitement, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I think it's refocusing. That's not nervousness. It's excitement, and I think if you do that, it makes a lot of these things a lot easier.
But it's funny, isn't it? During lockdown, I mean, if we just stay with that for a minute. During lockdown, did you practice? Did you keep doing your stuff, your thing, your process?
Do you know what? I wrote everything down. I wrote all my lines down because I thought I'm going to forget.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Because it's so easy. Because even after Christmas, back in the day, 2 weeks off after Christmas, first show in January, I'd be really rusty. Yeah. And I thought, flipping heck, if it's going to be a long time, and none of us thought it was going to be 18 months. We thought a few months, didn't we? Right. But 18 months, I'm so glad I wrote it all down and all the gags. Because people talk about muscle memory, but I've forgotten loads of it.
Well, tell people that because I say it on here, but they might believe it if you say it. They've seen me too long, and they're going, "Oh, he's fine," But muscle memory, what does that mean in joke terms? In telling gags? It's
just certain things happen in a certain way, and it kind of comes to you, and it becomes very, very natural. You haven't really got to think about it.
I think that's why people found process. People out there now. Who used to do stuff, they're saying, well, I don't know whether I can do that anymore. And I think churches and organisations in general are finding that people don't want to do it. They're saying, they can't find people to do things anymore.
No, volunteering. Everyone's had so much time off, and they've enjoyed it, haven't they?
They don't want to do anything, and we find ourselves in not a dissimilar situation. I mean, we're getting a Christmas choir together for St Saviour's down the road in our church, and normally we'd have 50, 60, 70 people join the choir and a big band of a brass band, and we'll do a real classical Christmas, a classic Christmas. And it's difficult to get people along. It's going to get difficult because people want to know about COVID. Are we secure? That's one thing. Yeah. But the second thing is actually getting up on a Thursday night and saying, I'm going to go out.
Totally.
Nobody wants to do it.
It's much harder, isn't it?
Do you find that you go, I can't wait to get to the gig now? That's what I felt.
Oh, I can't wait. So excited. Yeah. packed up the car days in advance, planned it all, got my favourite shirt on. I couldn't wait to get on stage, and the audience loved it. To be able to laugh together again, and people weren't wearing masks. That was funny. I went to South Wales and everyone was wearing a mask.
Yes.
That was strange.
Yes.
You know, you see, just watching for people's shoulders moving and eyebrows going up and down. You don't know who's reacting. It's much harder, isn't it?
It's weird, isn't it, that one? So the second one that you did, so Wales was the first? Or
No, Littlehampton in our home church. That was wonderful. A night of tricks and laughs. That was brilliant. So
get people back in to being together.
Absolutely brilliant, and all laughing together. Then off to South Wales for 3 gigs, actually. I was in Lantwit Major, and then I came back to Cardiff on the Wednesday. City Church launching Alpha.
City Church,
they're great, aren't they?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Well, I love Cardiff, as a matter of fact. No, why don't you...
I was going to say, can we have some magic?
Yeah, we can have some magic.
Would you like to see a trick?
I would love to see.
Okay, I'm going to do... Can I dedicate this to my friends Dan Bellamy and John Greenwood, who I know tune in every week, and they're great pals of mine. And so this is for them. Sue, do you mind helping me? No. I'll tell you what, Sue, why don't you go over there, Sue? Just maybe step over there, because we do have a dress code. Sorry, you look absolutely glorious. This is important. We've obviously met before. I'm in your home. But we haven't arranged this. We haven't set this up. Okay, fabulous. Because we're going to try something. A trick involving my money. So I want it to work. And if not just my money, half of my fee tonight. I thought you were going to sit down then. You couldn't believe it. Yes, half of my fee tonight, £5. Okay. And because sorry, you didn't know this.
No, I didn't.
Okay, I'll have to be a check then, I guess. I have 3 envelopes.
Okay.
And I want you to win the envelope with £5 in it. Okay. And I'm going to do everything in my power, Sue, to help you win. Is that okay, Sue?
Yes,
okay. Sue, every envelope has something written on it, though this is the only envelope with something written on it, if you see what I mean. All the other envelopes have something written on it, but it's not something, it's something else.
Okay.
When I say it's something else, it's not something else, it's something else. Okay? Are you with me so far?
I am, yeah.
Can you explain to the rest of us?
No,
okay, fair enough. The question is, would I... A lot of these jokes are just for me, by the way. The question is, would I put the clean, crisp £5 note in the envelope with something written on it?
Might do.
Possibly. The second envelope has something written on it. It's not something, it's something else. It's not something else. It is nothing.
Okay.
The question is, would I put a £5 note, brand new £5 note, in the envelope with nothing written on it? Or is that a double bluff?
Oh, that's what we don't know.
It's a very, very good question. And the final answer, the final envelope has mine. Now, we all love what is rightfully mine, but this isn't mine, this is yours. And it's a matter of perspective, isn't it? When you read it, it's yours. When I read it, it's mine, etc., etc. So there we have 3 envelopes. We have something, mine, or nothing. So, as I said, can do everything in my power. And we got my stunt double behind me watching that I'm not cheating or anything like that. Okay. Not yet, sir, not yet. It's peaking too soon. Which envelope would you like? Something, nothing, or mine? And I don't know if people at home are making a choice here. We can't really see now. Okay. Which envelope would you like, Sue?
Nothing.
Nothing. You would like the envelope with nothing written on it. Absolutely sure. I'm going to put these under here. Now, so before I open this to see if you've won a £5, and so I'm going to do everything in my power for you to win a £5 tonight. I'm going to give you a chance to change your mind.
No.
You happy with the mind you've got?
Yeah.
Okay. You jumped into that far too quickly, and thank you for laughing. One person in the room.
I was too
busy concentrating.
I know, it's big bucks here. Listen, when you wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning thinking about this trick, bear this in mind.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a chance to change your mind. Okay? So when you think about this at 2 in the morning,
don't do it though.
Think about this. If you did, you didn't have to. And if you didn't, you could have done. Okay?
I'm officially confused.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all totally confused.
Where are we?
Could someone text in and tell us what's going on, please? Nothing?
Nothing.
Sure?
Sure.
Absolutely positive. Okay. Going to open this at fingertips so you can see I'm not cheating. Sue, this is absolutely incredible. You are a winner. Let's hear it for Sue. That is £5. What about that?
There we are.
That is very good. What?
That's not bad, is it?
What's mine is yours.
Now, listen. I know what you're thinking. Every envelope's got a fiver in. Yes, right?
Yes.
Wrong.
I'm thinking that.
As I said, I was trying everything in my power to get you to win a fiver. But if you'd have gone for mine, and I know some of you would have done, that had the 20 in. You didn't win that, Sue. You didn't want that, did you? And if you'd have chosen something, this is the big one. This is
my word, no!
the envelope with £250 in it, Sue. But you didn't want that either.
I didn't want that. I wanted the fiver.
Listen, you are £5 better off than when you started. Yeah. So whatever anyone else thinks, in our eyes, she's a winner. Big round of applause. But I tell you what, Sue, going to give you a chance. Do you want to play double or quits?
Yeah, go on.
Double or quits?
Go on, double or quits.
You just need a little piece of paper and a pen for this, Sue. Okay.
Right, so just sit down.
Brilliant. She's sitting down, taking this very, very seriously. Yeah. Yes. No, this is good. No.
This is the only one that.
Yeah. Very good.
Could you win that money? That
yes.
would be an extra.
We're going to double it.
Christmas.
Double or quit. I'll tell you what, Sue, you need to go over there because we're going to try to read your mind. Sue, could you empty your mind? That was quick. There we go. There we are. Sue, I want you to think of a number between 1 and 100. Write it down there. And if we can match this, don't let me see. I'll look over here. Because so playing double or quits, if I get this right, we double it. If we get it wrong, I have the money back. 53. No?
No.
Okay, I win the money back. There we are. So it wasn't so good, was it, Sue? There we are, the lovely Sue. Thank you so much.
Very good. Very good.
So there's a bit of daft stuff here. That's the sort of stuff we do out on the road.
Out on the road. No, when
and I go anywhere once.
Yeah, well, yes, exactly. And the second time back to apologise.
Absolutely.
I believe that's the way. When you go out to churches, organisations, whoever.
Do you know anyone?
After dinner speeches.
After dinner, family nights, do lots of alpha launches down in Cardiff, doing an alpha launch, which is great. Family-friendly comedy nights. I love the fact we have 5-year-olds and 95-year-olds, and we have some fun together. And I kind of thread my story through. It's not a big clunk at the end. It's, bits and pieces that I've learned along the way.
So what is your exactly? There's no kind of big moment where you.
It's not a big. It's not laughing and then all serious at the end. No. I share even that word "test me." I'm not a fan of.
No, I agree.
Talk about my story all the way through. And
one of the things I want you to get. I want you to do some other magic, obviously do. But I like to find out what people's passions are. You see, because that for me, music is. It's a passion, and it's a, we're talking to Mark over here. Mark, could you just come in a second, because you're here with Stephen.
I don't know him.
No.
He was standing outside. I thought he was with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say, have we got him in the screen? Great. Mark, you come as his bodyguard tonight from Littlehampton. And his
stunt double we prefer, because you can see the likeness. Yeah. It's uncanny.
I was once the stunt double for Demis Roussos. You can remember forgetting him. You've forgotten all about him.
No, we know Dennis Rousseau. Were you really a stunt double?
No, I wasn't. That was supposed to be a joke. I'm the only one laughing.
Do you know it was so plausible? I thought that could have happened.
I was. I was recording in Radio 3.
Yeah.
I was doing a serious radio show on the 5:30 show on BBC Radio 3 up at Broadcasting House, and I walked in, and as I walked past, there were loads of fans, and this guy ran up to me and he said, excuse me, he said, "Are you Donny Osmond?" I said, and they called it puppy love. Will that do? And I shined my teeth at him, and he went, "You're not him, are you?" I said, "No, I'm not him. How could you possibly mistake a good-looking American guy with teeth, with hair, with me? What are you thinking?" I love the fact that you thought I was Donny. Anyway,
I often get Brian Conley or Bradley Walsh. One of those two. Yeah.
Well,
both nice guys.
I get George Clooney.
Well,
George,
I can see that.
On a really, really bad day. Very ill. Probably had COVID for a couple of weeks. Lost a lot of weight. Had an operation. That kind of thing. Mark, you come in, and you're a musician, I understand, of very some major
renown.
A musician of sorts, John.
And of sorts. So tell us about what you do. Hold your mic up, because it's actually one of those.
Okay, quite close up. Yeah, sure. Well, my wife and I write music for schools, mostly churches, anyone that will pay us.
But you've done a lot of work for schools and nativities, so people would have heard, children would have sung your stuff. In schools over years, isn't it? You've written stuff.
Yeah, 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah.
So have you got the new one coming out this year?
We have a new nativity.
Yes.
So if any parents are at home and they've got their children singing through the week, then you have my absolute sympathy, because they're driving you mad with it. But we write nativity shows and assembly songs and end of term productions, that kind of thing.
It's quite, but you've sold yourself short, because you've been doing it for some. You've got a production company. You've got people arranging your stuff. It's all very professionally done, to a very high standard.
We're very blessed. It was never a plan. It just sort of happened by, I don't know. I guess somebody had a plan.
Yes,
but it wasn't us.
So that's fantastic. So, have you got a song? Sing a song that we might know. Anything?
Here you go. Put your hands and fingers in your ears. I'm a spring chicken. I'm yellow and small. My feathers are fluffy and they're keeping me warm. My feet are not long, so I'll never be tall. 'Cause I'm a real spring chicken and I'm having a ball. Everyone. Chicken, I'm a chicken, I'm a having a ball. Yeah.
I haven't recorded it yet. It's not on my my list. And spring chicken. I think that could be the one. That could be the ballad, couldn't it?
Yeah, I think it could be.
Spring chicken, I'm having a ball. Sing it with me now. Spring chicken. No, I'm not going to record it ever. Okay,
shame.
It's not going to happen. Because that's a great nativity scene. It's
deep.
Well, it is for Easter.
All right. Don't confuse me. I'm there in the barn. Yeah. All right, the ox and the ass and the spring chicken. All right. No, okay. I thought.
It could happen.
The song that they're all singing this week is a thing called Harvest Samba, which is huge. I noticed it. It's been put up on the YouTube device, and I think it's 3 million views. It's crazy.
You're joking?
No, I'm not.
3 million?
About that.
I'm quite good on 20. I thought
20 million.
Oh, well. 3 million?
Yeah.
How do you get 3 million?
Well, you sing it a lot.
That's clearly it.
I think a lot of the hits are from kids. I was speaking to somebody the other day, and she said, "Oh, I didn't know you'd written Conkers, I think it was." And I said, "Yeah, we wrote Conkers." And she said, "Oh, great, I love that song." I said, "Oh, thank you so much." I said, "Are you a teacher?" I mean, she said, "No, I'm not a teacher, Mark." She said, "My grandchildren sing it."
Oh, right. Yeah,
and I thought, I feel old.
Yeah. The breaking news is you are very old, actually.
Yes, thank you.
We're about the same age, actually. Sadly, we're all of a certain age in here, apart from Sue, who's, as we can all tell, very, very young. Mark, we were just talking about actually this thing about process. Did you find writing and things difficult when you got back to it, or did you just continue writing right the way through?
Yeah, the lockdown. You asked earlier on how do I find lockdown. I went to Locked Up, and then I turned left, and then I found Lockdown. We were all there, and wish I hadn't said that. And we had our best. We can do that. Thank you.
Yeah, we can.
We'll edit it
for live. Yeah. So we had our best ever writing year. I think the big difference for us.
Really?
Yeah, best ever. I think we managed over 50 songs this last.
Is that because people had nothing to do?
I think that we had a secret ingredient in the mix. So I've been working with my wife as a twosome for forever. And our daughter's come along, and she's better at it than I am. And she's kind of... So now I'm writing in a committee, but it really has given us whatever it needed to get us going.
The poetic edge in the... Is she lyrics or music?
It's both. That's the sickening thing.
And she's talented.
Fast. She's really fast. You're on the start... We sit down, we pray.
Yes.
And usually by the end of the time we pray, we will... tinker, or I'll have a tune on my phone, and she's already on the piano with a tune in her head. Nice. So yeah, she's got her own career now, so bless her.
Wow.
Well done, Naomi, if you're out there.
Great stuff. Steve.
Yes.
Do a trick for us.
One last one, yeah?
You can do another one if you could do it. I mean, how many have you got? 3?
I've got one last one. One good one. To show a skill, a real skill, and you can do that where you are, Sue, if that's okay. Sue. And you probably will if this goes wrong. Sue.
Thank you.
Never heard that before.
That's not bad for off the cuff.
This is an unusual talent. I don't have many talents. I can eat a donut without licking my lips. Not many people can do that.
Is that right?
Yes, this is another talent. I've got a photographic memory. I genuinely do. For stupid things, I can't remember my car registration number. Yet I've memorised books and all sorts of crazy things. So when I turn up for a corporate at a hotel billed as the memory man, and they ask me what my car registration is, I got to go back out and just seriously and check it every time. So receptionist is thinking, who is this guy? What a lousy memory he's got. But these are 3 books I have memorised. I know I should get out more. And we're going to try an experiment, Sue, and we call it an experiment just in case it goes wrong. We have 3 books, 28 Hours, Innocent or Hot September. You don't need to write anything down. Which book would you like?
Innocent.
Innocent. Take that. Maybe go over there, Sue, just so people don't accuse me of cheating. Because I don't cheat. Well, not so you'd notice. Sue, what I'd like you to do, could you please make sure that is a real book? Open it, check it. Flick through the pages. You can put the mic down. You really don't need to say anything either, if that makes life a bit easier for you. This is just a whiteboard and a marker pen. Open the book any way you like. Yeah. Roughly, how many words? Any way you like. Okay. In your own time. There we go. How are we doing? Roughly, how many words? So I've got to take my medication in 10 minutes. Roughly, how many words do you think might be on a page? What do you think? Have a guess.
So
you're not going to win £5 back or anything.
350.
Do you know what? That's probably about right. 350 words on an average page. How many pages in the book? Now, you get a clue if you look at the last page, Sue. No more help after this. You're on your own. 280 pages of it. 280 pages in the book, about 350 words on a page. That is a lot of words. So close the book again and open it again, but do not let me see. So hold it up close to you. Just move it to the right a little bit so I can see from the mirror. No, there we are. Just open it any way you like. Okay. Yep. Yeah. So you've got about 700 words to choose from there. You've got long words, you've got short words. The whole 2 pages aren't made up of the same word, are they? So that would make this trick very easy. So I'm going to ask you to choose a word. Normally we'd have a big audience and ask them to choose how many letters, but let's make it tricky. So let's have at least 9 letters. It could be many more, but at least 9. So we end up with a big finale with an interesting word. It's not an and, an it, a the, or because. Okay? Have you got one? So with a few syllables, yeah? Yeah. Brilliant. So just concentrate on the first letter of your word. Just the first letter. We'll do this a letter at a time. Try to visualise it on a big white cinema screen. Yeah? Okay. Concentrate. Not sure about this, Sue. What was the first letter you were thinking of? Okay, very interesting.
Very good.
So concentrate, Sue. I'm getting the impression there's probably an A for apple somewhere in that word. Would I be right? Yeah. And there's probably more than one E. Yeah? Okay, I'm writing something down here, Sue. Keep focusing, Sue. So I'm getting a few things here. There's a lot going on in your head, Sue.
I can tell you there's not. What? I'm just saying in a nice way.
I tell you what, a psychiatrist would have a field day. Sue, for the first time, right, pen's in my pocket, I'm committed. For the first time, what page were you on?
53.
53. Page 53 out of 282. One word, and you had lots to choose from there, yeah?
I did.
Long words and short words, yeah? Hundreds of words. You got one word out of about 100,000. Yep. What was the word you were thinking of?
Eyeglasses.
No, seriously now, Sue. No messing around. Listen, this is a night out for you. It's a career for some of us. Was it? What was it? You can use that. Eyeglasses. Look what I put.
Quite like that. Oh, look at that.
But Sue, I've got something else as well. Can I swap that book? For
Good.
dictionary. So I've written something down, and I don't. Does that 245L3 mean anything to you? Could you maybe turn to page 245? And we haven't arranged this. We haven't set this up. We've not spoken about this or anything. All I said was be on standby. But is that page 245?
Yes,
is there a left column?
Yes.
A third word down, third entry down? If that was eyeglasses, that would be phenomenal. No? No? What is it?
What, the third one down?
Yeah, left column.
DC.
Extramarital.
Let's have a look at this. Give you extramarital. Trying to mess my trick up. 245. You're looking on the wrong page. Yes, page 245. It's the one with a 5 on the end. Left column, third word.
You're wrong, because it's eyeglass, not eyeglasses.
Oh, come on, let's hear for the lovely Sue. Wow, thank you so much.
That is extraordinary.
I've got to say,
why can't you do that?
What?
Why can't you do that?
Oh, I wish I could do what he does. How useful is that in the real world?
Well, actually, it's very useful because people go, my mother will be watching this. I do the Marvin's Magic, the disappearing
Marvin's
the coin.
Magic stuff is brilliant.
It's brilliant. And I do that coin at Christmas. And do you know something, Steve? She is so angry, even now, that she doesn't know how it's done.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
And I love it. It's such a
keep the secret.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's so beautifully constructed. Now, I've given it to a young boy. He's only 5, and I gave it to a boy who we stayed with his mum in his mum's place in the Isle of Wight, and Fox, who is only 5. He loves magic, and what he's doing, he's got all these magic tricks, and he's got the cape and the hat.
Brilliant.
He comes and he did a show for me while we were over there just a week ago, and he was sensational, wasn't it? And his mum has just kind of schooled him through it. And when he saw, I sent for that trick for him because I thought, actually, it's
on that. How old were you when you first sort of got hooked?
Do you know what? About 12 or 13, I come from Bournemouth originally, so I went to Bournemouth Library on a rainy Saturday afternoon and got a book on magic. And at the time, Paul Daniels was on the telly every Saturday night, the Paul Daniels Magic Show, and I saw him make an elephant disappear, and it became a little hobby, like your mate, and became a Christian along the way, and I thought, what a great way of communicating really powerful truths in a fun way, because we meet so many people who think to be a Christian you've got to be boring, go to church 20 times on a Sunday, Sky Plus songs of praise, have a beard, and this is just the women, all this sort of stuff. But Jesus said, I've come to give you life. We should have the most fun life, and the way we communicate should be, it's good news, isn't it?
I think that's why we do what we do.
Yeah.
Actually,
a few people are asking where you do your shows. So if someone wants to come and see you doing a show, how do they find
probably
out?
Follow me on social media, but invite me to your church, because I survive, because churches book me for
same
night.
as us, and that we are on a kind of a parallel circuit.
Totally.
So like Jonathan Veira, Steve Legg, there are a few people out there who are doing things like Steve's doing, and actually I go and do shows, and he's doing shows for people who just in hotels and whatever as well, who are not doing Christian events. But when he goes out and he does these events for churches, it is communicating in a simple way the truths of the gospel and sharing his life. That's what he's talking about. Now, what I find that people respond to is vulnerability. It's the people that we are, and we put ourselves out there. And we say, look, and that's what I love about the magazine. You're trying to say to people in Sorted, have you got that there? Yes. So because just talk a little bit about that, because you go from magic show, that's the magician, mind reader, doing all that stuff, which I could do, Sue. I often read your mind. I often sit there with you, and I think she's bored. I could tell that straight away.
She's annoyed with me.
Oh yeah, she's annoyed with me. There's that.
It's right every time.
Incredible. So I can do it. So don't think he's that clever. I know these things.
He's good, Sue. He's good.
Yeah, he's good. But when we go from that's part of it, isn't it? That comedy is the way that you and I interface with the world. We go through into.
I love having a laugh.
I do. I think somebody called it "life with its trousers down." When people. And I remember dropping my. It was on doing. Do you remember on? I was doing the Cinderella, Cenerentola in Denmark, and I was doing the role of the wicked stepfather, and I was having to juggle. I juggle, and so I was juggling while I was singing a very, very difficult aria in Italian. And the dresser had forgotten to put the proper braces on my trousers, and they were comedy trousers. And so the instead of being buttons, there were clips. And I did this. The clip went, and the trousers fell.
Brilliant.
And that was I in front of 1,500, 1,600 people with my trousers down by my ankles, and I'm trying, and I've got the most unsubtle underpants. So it's Marks and Spencer's meets the 18th century costume, And it was one of those moments I thought I like to see. It made me laugh to see it, and people just started laughing. I just went with it. I thought, that's it. So what I was doing is I was trying to juggle with two and holding up with one. But I think that's how I see life. Life with its trousers down. It's kind of funny, It's actually that things that go wrong are more funny
Absolutely.
things to go right.
And see the funny in life. And it's true, laughter's great medicine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unless you're diabetic and then insulin.
Yeah,
but it's true, isn't it? I've seen people come to my shows who've come up at the end and say, look, I came in with severe depression.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you see something lift off them.
You made it even worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
up
do
my
not
during
do
this show to
refunds.
phone
We don't do refunds. So she was very upset, but it's true.
But what did this because last time you were on Zoom, it's so great to have you here.
Oh, it's lovely to see real people.
It is, isn't it? And do a real show
Yeah.
here and there. When you came last time, you talked about this, and a lot of people are subscribed to the magazine. You said that
phenomenal. Your community, I think, one of the biggest responses we've ever
tell
had.
them how they can get it, because people are asking.
Sortedmag.com. It's a men's lifestyle magazine. It's not just for men. Women enjoy it as well.
I love it.
Yeah, thank you. And it's something I started 14 years ago. So it's our 14th birthday.
Is that right?
Edition. And it's a lifestyle magazine that's good and wholesome, but full of inspirational stories. We don't use that word testimonies. There's cars, there's gadgets, there's all sort of stuff in there. And it's just really exciting. And it's £36 for a year to subscribe. Comes in the post every 2 months. And we say to people, once you've read it, give it to a friend.
Yes.
Leave it at the doctors, the dentists, which we can do again now.
Yes.
Barbers. We've had 2 pilots become Christians. They picked them up on a plane.
Good joke.
People left them on the plane and they wrote to me to say, we picked up your magazine. It's changed our life. And they wrote to tell me. So it's phenomenal. So really exciting. We send them into 75 prisons. Once again, tremendously exciting, reaching hundreds and hundreds of guys in really tough places. So that's sortedmag.com. Subscribe.
And
great gift for
Christmas. This month.
This one, Daniel Craig interview. We actually interviewed Daniel Craig 18 months ago because, of course,
for
the new
release,
movie was out March 2020. So we've been holding on to that. So he's in there. Jurgen Klopp, the Liverpool manager. What a result they've had today, I believe.
Oh, really?
I'm looking forward to match of the day 2 later. Football, Faith
6-0.
and me.
I don't want to ruin
thank you.
it. Just saying.
Bear Grylls is in every single one. Bear's been a huge supporter right from the beginning. And you guys are in it as well.
We're at the back, aren't we? We've got a picture at the back. Let's have a look at that.
The back.
Which we didn't know, actually. We
You
didn't
did.
know.
You chatted on my podcast. I do a podcast called Backstory, where I chat to some very interesting people. A tiny little extract from my interview with Jonathan.
Yeah, music is my distant second love. And and then there's Sue appearing in a nice big national magazine. It's lovely.
Look, we got the whole family. We got the kids there as well. The boys.
That was a bit of subtlety, wasn't it? I didn't normally put the kids in there.
We have thought about everything, so that's really exciting.
How do you survive with that? Do you need people?
Big time.
Is it really?
It's a very interesting weekend because we've just done a mailing to all our subscribers saying, can you help? Could you give £7 a month? That's 20p a day to help us keep going.
Yeah.
But so the prison ministry, prison work is really exciting. Belmarsh, we used to send 80 magazines. Chaplain wrote to me saying, can you send more? Because scuffles are breaking out when the magazines arrive in. These prisoners, tough dudes, are fighting over a Christian magazine. Tremendous opportunities, but it's a real struggle.
Well, that's interesting because we have the close friend Peter is the CEO of Christian Prison Fellowship.
Oh, okay, yes.
Do you know Peter?
I met him very briefly before lockdown. Yeah, right. And I still got his card in my diary.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think actually it's worth a chat.
I think so, definitely.
It's worth a chat, and we'll put you
Thank
directly
you,
in contact with him because he's the man to talk to.
Definitely.
And I think actually that is going to be it.
I've always thought there's real synergy there. As you know, we love partnerships.
Yes.
This is why we love working with you guys. You know,
and that's what
we're not in competition. We're not in competition.
No, it's
we're all working together. It's one kingdom.
We were saying that, weren't we, earlier? That actually, I think the whole point about being Christian is it changes the atmosphere within our businesses. It should say, Mark, you're a songwriter, I'm a musician. Let's try and find a way of doing that, rather than I'm in competition constantly with you. And I think. Do you know one of the things that frustrates me most about Christians is they kind of go into their silos and they do their thing. Yeah. And they say, this is my ministry. And actually, I kind of feel, I'm going to use this for those who are not Christian, I don't want to get too wordy, but it's not our ministry. It belongs to the person that's higher than this. So if you believe you've got something to say, it's worth opening up, having open hands, not closed hands, and no, I'm not going to do that. Of course you've got to make a living, of course people have got to do that. But the best way we found, you've given me coverage in your magazines, a double-page, 4-page spread, you've given reviews of the albums during this time. We like to help you and do whatever we can to promote you, your magic, your shows, your magazine, and you've also can I ask you? You've written a book too, is that right?
Yeah.
Can you put this book up, Rachel?
Put it up on the screen.
I've written about 17 over the years, but this is a real fun one because I know you've been asked to write books, John, about experiences on the road. Yeah. So it's a strange title, Paper Thongs and Further Misadventures. Yeah. My friend Adrian Plass came up with that. I'm not to blame.
Should have been on the show. Actually, he chickened out at the last moment. He was going to.
He's wonderful.
But what a great writer.
So it's a book of stories of crazy things that have happened on the road, and some sad things as well, because, being a Christian is brilliant, but it doesn't mean bad things don't happen to you. And I'm very honest in there. I was a single dad for 5 years. My missus went off with someone else, leaving me with 4 little ones.
Oh my goodness.
So I talked about that as well, being a single dad.
Was that?
It was really tough. The kids were 2, 5, 8 and 11. So that was really
2, 5, 8 and 11.
Yeah. So that they were tough times, but we had some amazing times throughout that.
So the kids, how were they? Do you mind if I ask about that, because I didn't know about that?
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. I mean, I'm super organised, as you know, and I just crack on with stuff. But we had some wonderful times. We had some friends send us some money, a substantial amount from a Christian organisation, and they said, "This is for a holiday. Go to Disney World." So we were able to go to Disney World, and what a blessing that was to us and to them as well.
To a memory
we were sending back pictures to them of the kids swimming with dolphins, and they were saying they were all in tears and they were praying for us. And first Christmas was tough, without the kids, but I had them on Boxing Day, so I hired a snow machine, and I thought, as you would. Yeah. Do you know what? I've always believed this. I've used this for so many years. I think I came up with it, though I don't think I did, because it's too smart for me. That children don't remember days; they remember moments.
Yes.
And it's creating moments. It's a moment on a holiday when you're going down the slide and your swimming trunks come off that they talk about forever.
Absolutely.
Do you know
remember
what?
When?
Yes, exactly. So creating moments. So I got remarried a few years ago. So that
you got remarried, and that was
to Becca, and she's got 2 girls. So I now have 5 daughters.
5 daughters.
I know, and
it's a lovely thing, isn't it? Where you have this, this whole thing where redemption. There's this kind of the redeeming moment, which is the story of our faith. If redemption isn't the story of faith, things. It's the do-over. I remember watching City Slickers, the movie.
Oh yes, Slickers. Billy Crystal again.
Yeah, Billy Crystal, and they talk about a do-over. They talk about, in other words, it starts again. He breaks down. It always makes me cry my eyes out, because it ends up being this sad moment. But he talks about a do-over, and our whole lives are a do-over. We start again. And thank you. Just a little song. I'm gonna just sing it. Okay. This is the one. I just thought about these, and you just listen to this. Rachel, have you got moments? I haven't planned this. Have you got moments on the? If you have, then that would be great. This was written by Bryn.
Oh, okay.
Written by Bryn Howarth 30 years ago. And the story was when I was, we were talking about recording this album, and I wanted him on this album. He's been on a lot of mine, and beautiful, played.
Yeah, she's got it.
She's got it, great. One second, well, I'll just tell the story. And he phoned me when I said to him, what are we going to have you on? What songs do you know? And he likes to be prepared. And he just, very softly, as he does over the phone, he said, John, I've got this song that might be, because we were not yet operated on, and we were going through a very, very bad time, and I was in dialysis 3 days a week. It was horrendous, and I didn't know I was going to live or die. And I think, if I do have an operation, what's it going to look like? Sue's going to be operated on and give me a kidney if it. So I was really in a bad place, and he just said down the phone, he said, John, this song I think is for you, and he said, I would love you to record it. And he played it. He's never done this before. He said, I pitched a song at you. On the phone, and he got his guitar, and he played it down there. And he said it was a favourite song of one of the big bands, because he'd played with Hendrix, all these major players. And he said this was recorded, the last song she recorded, and then he said she happened to have died after, but this was her favourite song. And it's these moments. Now, just can we have the song? Let's have it. Thanks, Rachel. You're a brilliant techie. And I love you. These are the moments that we love so well. Precious moments caught within a spell.
All too soon our lives, they fade away. These are the moments that we wish would stay. And if I had my life to live again, I would choose to be with you, my friend. Time moves slowly and it goes so fast. Who knows how long the days will last? So cherish deep within you the love you get today. And let the moments linger, for tomorrow steals that away. Tomorrow steals that away. These are the memories that we made so well. Lives like stories that we long to tell. When we're old with not too much to say, we'll have the memories that we made today. We'll have the memories that we made today. Such a beautiful song.
Beautiful.
And it's so true. I remember taking it, just playing it to my parents, and my dad sat there, and he doesn't say too much these days, and he said, when we're old, there's not too much to say.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's it, isn't it? We have the memory, and it's stuck in there. Your children will forever remember that.
Those moments, yeah.
It's all these moments. They're just made up of moments.
Yeah.
I know with our own kids, we try to provide those memories. It's one thing I tried to do. I don't know what you did with your kids, but whenever I had the moments, I would just go, let's go down the coast.
Yeah.
Let's go down to the park. Let's go out and do something.
And moments don't have to be expensive. It hasn't got to be Disney World. It can be sleeping downstairs on the sofa for no reason, but sleeping on the sofa and having some popcorn. It can be going to the park. It can be doing something silly.
And what happened when you had the Brady Bunch, all together,
Oh man, you just had to be organised. Do you know what? I was really
Are you
good
really
at...
badly organised?
No, I'm really good, really well organised. I could do everything apart from the girls' hair, which was silly because I was quite ambidextrous with playing cards or whatever. But I discovered that it gave me a great excuse to meet some amazing women in the school playground. They all felt sorry for me with all these girls. Can you help me with the girls' hair?
And 4 girls. I mean, now it's 5 girls.
5 girls. Yeah.
No wonder you come here. You want to be with men, don't you? That's what it is.
Do you know what? I really miss me. Even my dog is female. It's just nice being with men.
I know. And that's why you did the magazine, wasn't it, for men?
Absolutely. But people say, why are you doing a men's magazine? You've just got women. Well, I want them to meet amazing men.
Isn't that lovely?
That's lovely. So you've married again.
Married again, met Becca. Spring Harvest Holidays down in France. Have you been to LPO?
No. Never went there.
Amazing.
I was supposed to do it once, and then I think we couldn't go to the show.
Beautiful place. She was there as a single mum with her girls. I was there with my kids. Met her, and our eyes crossed over a pub quiz, and we became friends. And she said, "Look, if you're ever up my way, come and visit." But she said you would never have heard of it. It's a little place called Dursley. And I said, funny enough, I'd been out with a girl from Dursley, but I didn't tell her that. But I had a gig there a week later.
No.
Yes.
No, was that meant to be or what?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Of all places. So we became friends, and I thought, I mean, if you ask her, she's got quite a story to tell. But about a year and a half later, we were married.
That's a lovely story, isn't it? It's a lovely story from mess. I think this is what this is what I love about most of our stories. Most of our stories are messy,
and I love the fact we talk about it. When we're at Spring Harvest leading all age worship, we talk about being a blended family, and so many people come up and say, "Thanks for talking about that. We thought we were on, we thought it was just us." I know when I was going through that, being a single dad in our church, and it was a great church. But no one supported me, and everyone seemed to be together. But they weren't. It was all a veneer.
Of course it is. But people, it's a very strange thing, isn't it?
They pull back.
They pull back. We found actually it's very interesting the people that have come out of the woodwork for this. We found the people that we thought would be inquisitive, asking us how we were or how things have gone. Those people haven't. And the people that have been often strangers.
Yes.
People on this community who were sending us cards, flowers, hundreds and hundreds of cards. Suddenly you get a bunch of flowers from somebody. The other day, I think Helen
Coleman.
She, from the community. Thank you, Helen, wherever you are. Thank you, Helen, for that. But she sent with people with their own problems. And actually, it's often people who are vulnerable themselves.
Absolutely.
I think people, certainly from my career, from my operatic career, I think I've had 2 or 3 people who said, "How are you doing?" Not want to know, don't want to know. If somehow it's catching, and if you've got problems, I don't want to get wrapped up in that.
Totally. I was dropped from events. Gigs were cancelled, and then people like our friend Jeff Lucas, he was furious when he found out, and he said,
"Well, he'll stamp on that kind of thing."
Big time, yeah.
I mean, and that's what I found. You find people that are really fantastic.
Yeah, you're proper cheerleaders. Yeah. You're real friends.
Yeah.
When the chips are down. Yeah. Your real friends come out, don't they? To cheer you on.
It's so good. I hope people out there are watching this, and that they're realising that it's often phoenix from the ashes. It's that rising to a different life. And it's a new one, and it comes differently, and you go down a different path. Yeah,
you see, I thought as a Christian, it's just plan A. You do this, you do that, you meet that person, and then life is rosy. But plan B is blimmin' brilliant.
Yeah, that's interesting. Now, theologically, that comes from a misunderstanding of Jeremiah 29:11. There's a verse in the Bible, I know the plans I have to. And I always say that God's plan is not a photocopier machine. That we can go this way, that way. There are choices that we make.
Absolutely.
I mean, Mark, just have you lived a life like you're in the studio, because you look like a man who's had a very simple life. You've been successful. Look at you, well dressed.
Thank you. I've tried
sophisticated.
I try not to let success go to my clothes normally, but I'm in good company this evening. But if I'd have known I'd have had a shave, I would have definitely had a shave.
So I'm missing that deck chair. We had to put it to good use.
Stripes are great on TV. Anyway.
I can't talk about clothes, can I?
Stripes, anything checked, that's great. The TV loves it. The TV just picks it up and goes, lovely, I love you. Give me more colours. Anyway, but have you, your life, has it been checkered, simple?
Yeah, I mean, very much. I mean, the girl I married, she was a good girl. She went to church and did good stuff. And I like to say that when she was making plasticine camels in Sunday school, I was there with my hair down nearly to my waist, and I was, I wish it was there now, making plasticine camels in the sky with diamonds. I'm ashamed to say. So I think she would have thought, if she'd have ended up with me, she'd have thought God doesn't love her anymore. But he does. He loves us. Yeah.
And that's the good news, isn't it? That is the good news.
That's what the world needs to hear.
But I think also that people need to hear that from mess, can come some order.
It's not all over.
Yeah.
No.
It's not all anything can turn around. I really believe that.
When you interview people for your magazine, stick around more. When you interview people, I'm going to sing a song as well. You've got a friend, I think, actually. What's the time? 1:34. Yeah, got loads of time. I like. This is good. It's nice chatting,
isn't it?
It's finding out about people is always much more interesting than just about me and my, and I think that's all the time. What are we talking about? We're just talking about things that go when you're interviewing people for the magazine, because you come up with some really interesting people. You think, oh my goodness, I wouldn't have thought that about them. You were talking about interviewing somebody on your radio show, because you do a radio show.
I do a radio show as well.
What's that?
It's called Connect Radio. Connect with a K.
It's
a wonderful radio station that started about
online?
7 months ago. It's online. It's on smart speakers and it's on the app. Because these days no one's got a radio, and it costs about $500,000 a year to have a DAB license. Yes. And if you haven't got a radio, we've all got radios in our pockets. Yeah. So my friend Gareth Cottrell started this amazing radio station. So it's like Sorted, but for the radio.
Yes.
So it's mixed media. So it's Christian, it's secular music. There's no swearing. There's no inappropriate stuff. And I have an hour show on a Saturday lunchtime, and I have Matt Goss on from Bros.
Yeah.
The youngest bloke to ever headline Wembley. That's a nice bit of trivia for you.
That is nice.
Because you know he's a twin, but he's 17 minutes younger than Luke.
Oh, right.
And I had Matt on the show, and he doesn't profess to be a Christian, but he opened up about faith and all sorts of things. So quite remarkable. There's some really interesting people out there.
And if you said that you were asked him,
I asked him how proud his mum would be, and he burst into tears, and it was really powerful radio.
Yeah.
People are interesting.
How did you get him to talk?
I just talked to him, asked him questions. It was a really powerful time. It was like we're doing tonight. It's just lovely. We're chatting, 150 people are eavesdropping live, and then the YouTube and whatever, it can go all over the world. It's just fabulous. I'm just genuinely interested in people. Yeah. Someone who travels around telling people about Jesus, I mean, the technical term is evangelist. I don't like that term particularly because it conjures up images of people, in white suits and Cadillacs after money. Yeah. But it's good news that we're sharing, and good news is sharing, isn't it?
I mean, with your stuff, Mark.
Sure.
How do you find that sharing? Because do you write just commercial music, or is it from the basis of faith that you write?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you never know if you're going to write another song. It's not like riding a bike or driving a car. I think we've been incredibly fortunate in the opportunity we've had. As I was saying to Sue, we didn't plan to write songs for schools. It was it was kind of a misunderstanding. The head teacher said we'd written a musical, and it was a bad time of year for my wife to be out of work, so she wasn't going to put him right. So we wrote one, and
that was how many years ago?
That's how 31.
31 years ago.
Yeah,
it's a nice mistake, isn't it?
Amazing.
No. And
amazing.
That's partly what I'm saying, you see, that the best laid plans of mice and men. Yes. We plan, we study, we do all these things, and we say, and then what we'll do is this. And then what happens is that God has other ideas. I had certainly other ideas I married a beautiful woman, and I didn't expect to, I thought she was, that's what I put in the magazine. I didn't ever think that Sue would look at me. And all those years ago, many, many, many years ago. But it was nearly 40 years ago, and you look back on it and you think, I've messed up, I've screwed up so many times, and yet actually out of that chaos comes something. And even if it led to this, when they gave us this piano, this woman, a friend, Julie Graydon, gave us this piano.
Gave you the piano?
Gave us the Steinway. 1889, belonged to Lord the Rothschild. Now, unbelievable, yeah. And the thing about it is, whatever it is, it's a Steinway. However damaged it is, it's a Steinway piano. And it was made for such moments as this, in the pandemic. Now, out of that madness of taking the piano, and Sue was mad at the time because this was her office. And she said this was her office. And we had, sofas, and we could have people down here. It was another room in the house before the studio was built. And I thought, this is. And she gave us a piano. How did she know? She said, the family don't want it. We can't. could you use it? I said, well, Sue will kill me. I can't have another piano in the house. I've got a Bechstein there, and so she said, well, it's a Steinway. What? And I go, yeah, it's a Steinway. And I tell the story. Here it's come in here now. And I said to Sue, we've often reflected on this. What would have happened if we didn't? Because JV Live from the Yamaha room just doesn't have the...
Hasn't got the ring,
doesn't
has
have it, does it?
No.
It just doesn't have the ring. But seriously, it does feel...
Yeah.
It was slightly pretentious as a title, but what it's done is it's drawn in, over the time, thousands of people to come and listen to stories, be comforted. Often, people who are not Christian come in and say, I don't know what it is, but there's a strange comfort to it in the community.
Yeah.
And that's what we offer people.
For such a moment as this.
For such a moment as this. And that's why I think we want to get out there and do our thing. What are your plans? What do you want to do? What in the next 60 years or so? What are your...
I just want to keep on the road. If I could do another 60, I'm 54. Maybe I could. I want to be out on the road.
Yeah.
I love gigging. I love having my little routines, packing the car up on a Friday, checking into a travel lodge somewhere, off to the gig.
Recommend Premier Inns, please. Don't travel lodge. You don't need.
Do you know what? No, you actually like Premier Inn much better.
Much better.
I prefer Premier Inn.
Although I seem to have got every single Premier Inn that Lenny Henry is landing on their bed. I don't know what it is. Whenever I turn around, I play God Save Our Gracious Queen on the spring.
I'll tell you about Premier. I'll tell you something about Premier Inn though.
What?
I was once touring with my friend Mark Greenwood. We were doing a Christmas tour, and then we were staying in every Premier Inn over the week, and I was getting so itchy, and I was scratching so much.
You had lice.
No, well, I was having 4 showers a day because I was so itchy. And then my wife suddenly said, you don't think it's the shower gel in Premier Inns, do you? Of course. And it was. I've never been allergic to anything. So I was having more showers, making me more itchy. It was madness.
Isn't it extraordinary?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy after all those years of never being allergic to anything?
That's a real point. We went into, I'll tell you what we did. We went into one this week, didn't we? In Hastings. And what was weird about it was there were particular things. You always beg, as you walk in, you go,
more milk.
Please, Lord, let there be a different kind of picture on the wall. Please, just once, that the bed is not in that position, that there's a different colour, anything that will be different. And the thing that, what is it that I find most maddening, Sue, is in the bathroom, is the fan. That fan in a Premier Inn, it goes, like at that level. So if you're creeping to the toilet late at night, right, and you turn on the lights,
it's like a Harrier jump jet.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So there are things that I love about it. And the things
Can I give you a tip?
Go on then. What?
If you want a bigger room for free, ask for a room with a sofa bed in.
Yeah, we've got that. Yeah, we've got that. We use, in fact, Sue always sleeps on the other one. She doesn't ever sleep with me. Twin room. That's what we do. Just ask for a twin room. That's it, you see. So she's just, that's it. We are, after we finish the show.
So rock and roll this, twin rooms.
Do you know that? But let me tell you one thing. The best thing I did in a Premier Inn. Okay, here it is. All right, here
are we after 9 o'clock? We're after the watershed. We're okay.
Watershed. Here it is. So we did a show in Suffolk, Norfolk.
Yeah.
Norfolk. And there are not many of them. And Sue accidentally booked it. It was miles away. This was. We got to. I was mad. We got the big van, drove all the kit out, and I was just all the way to the Premier Inn. And we got to this Premier Inn, and I sat there, and as is my wont, I get in and I rip all my clothes off and sit on the bed on my underpants. It's a horrible thing. Let's just ministry, more power.
Do not imagine this.
We moved that away anyway. So I'm sitting on the bed, and it's 1:30 by now in the morning. Okay. And suddenly, I'm flicking through the channels on the TV, it's QVC. And I buy one of my favourite things. At 1:35 in the morning, there comes on the G-Tech Hoover. And Mark, Steve, there's such joy. All the anger was gone in an instant as I saw the perfect symmetry that was caused, that was wrought by this thing going up and down. And I said to Sue, I've got to have one of them. So at 1:35, I'm phoning up and said, hello, QVC? Yeah, I want to buy one of your Hoovers. Now we spent the whole fee on that flipping Hoover. But it was such a joy.
Good Hoover?
In a Premier Inn. Oh, I've got it now.
Really?
I can show it to you afterwards.
Oh, please.
Yeah, we can work here together.
This night is getting more and more exciting.
It's exciting, it's so thrilling. Got 3 Hoovers. I'm going to sing a song. Just one, well, I think you got a friend. Do you mind? When you're down and troubled It's been a long time
everybody
since
else can join
and this
in
one,
with us.
yeah, everybody can join. It's the community song from which we derived the charity You've Got a Friend Trust. And that's what, and people, if you still would love to give, I know Adrian Pinnett will be out there, love to take your £5 if you've got anything you'd like to give to help people who are really in need. There are some people out there we're trying to bless and help. And the song goes like this. When you're down and trouble and you need some love and care, and nothing is going right, close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. Everybody come and sing it. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You got a friend. If the sky above you grows dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind begins to blow, keep your head together now and call my name out loud, and soon I'll be knocking at your door. You just come on out, call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. Now ain't it good to know that you've got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you and desert you and take your soul if you let them, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. Oh, darling.
You've got a friend.
Come on, sing it for me now. You got a friend.
You've got a friend.
That's what I want to hear. What have I got?
You've got a friend.
Oh, baby, sing it for me one more time.
You've got a friend.
Do it just one more time for me, baby.
You've got a friend.
Well, it's so good. Let's hear it one more time. Now loudly, come on. Oh yeah, I'm saying you've got a friend. Not that loudly. You've got a friend. It's a lovely voice you two have got. That's lovely.
That's great.
Right, lovely. Thank you for singing that,
Very
Sue.
nice.
And now we just have a few notices because it's 47.
Yes.
And I have to tell you all that don't go yet. Just a few notices because we're going to talk about your book and your thing and advertise everything we can. Steve and Mark have come all the way from Littlehampton today for you guys, okay? And it's to just share this room with as many people as possible in a live show. That's what we do. We're musicians. That's what we do. Performance. We're musicians. We're musicians, and we perform live. And as Steve said, it was nothing more pleasurable than on Friday in Pett, doing that show to a packed house, who just laughed the night away and had a great time. And at the end of it, people were so thrilled. They said, I came exactly the same as you said. I was so low, so I didn't know what it was going to be. And you made us feel relaxed and at home with a story to tell. So thanks, Steve. First of all, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank
loved
you, Mark,
it.
for coming in. It's been a great. Come on, round of applause.
Oh!
Round of applause. And we're not finishing these shows for some time yet. I feel there are a lot of people out there who don't want to watch Strictly.
That's a lifeline, man.
Yeah, and it's just a lovely thing to have you here. And next one, I do want you to saw Sue in half because I don't want any excuses. I want that. And what?
Can you make him disappear?
Could be arranged.
Yes. So thank you for coming in, Sue. It's been a pleasure. Seriously.
So nice, guys.
In
Thank
your
you.
ministries,
Thank
in
you,
what
thank
you're doing, you're going ahead, going and enjoying. We see more and more of Sorted. Subscribe to Sorted if you haven't yet, and support them. And we'll give some money tonight to support that Christian ministry. And your own ministry, because of course, people. This is what we do for a living. Okay, we do this for a living. So I'm going to give Steve some money tonight for himself and for the ministry, which is very something close to our hearts. We used to do prison visiting. That's what we did in Borstal. So that was years ago, nearly 40 years ago. So Sue, over to you for some adverts.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much for everyone who's contributed to the crowdfunder. Brilliant. As I said, you can still do that. If you are looking to do that, then Rachel's going to put the details up on the screen so that you can see how to get there. jvlive.uk/TLS3 crowdfunding, and that will take you straight to the site. You can choose what to pledge and what to donate. If you donate, please make sure you give me your your email address or your address so that I can actually know where to send the CD to, otherwise it's a bit sad. But that's going to finish next Sunday, so you've got a week. But if you're going to be part of the choir, it has to be sooner than that. Oh yes, Rachel's reminded me, 4 p.m, 31st of October. Do you know, I didn't know that. Finishes 4 p.m. on next Sunday. So, but yes, if you're dedications,
there are dedications. If you'd like a dedication on the album,
yes,
then that you can see there are 3 options. There's donate, which gets you the CD. The second one is for the choir, which is £50, and then for the massive amount of £350, which if you would like, you get a dedication on the album, written on the album, your name, whatever a very short dedication because it's a CD. Okay, so we can't fit too much on, but whatever your short dedication is for someone you love, someone that's in special memory of, or whatever you want to do. Okay.
Okay. Right, so that's the end of the crowdfunding bit for you, Rachel. If you are interested in any of Jonathan's shows, as we said, we're going out and doing some live shows. So it's www.jonathanveira.com, and there is a calendar in there, and that will give you all the details of where we are and so on. We are getting more dates all the time. So I've got a few more dates now to put in for next year, which is immense. And I'm so excited because we had such a wonderful time on Friday. And it was lovely to meet a few people from the community. So hi to Jill and Brian. It was great to meet you.
Oh, hi, Jill, Brian. Nice to see you.
Can I just say, Valerie, I didn't meet you, but I know that you were there. So thank you for being there. Valerie, who was there? Doesn't matter.
Hi, Valerie.
Anyway, so if you are there, what I have done is that I've got some little stickers with JV on it and room enough for you to write your name. So come along to see me and I will give you a sticker. But Hayley asked if she could come and say hello at Chesterfield. Of course, I'm longing to meet you all, so please come and say hello.
Always.
But check out the dates on jonathanveira.com, no problem. Also, there is the shop there if you wish to order any CDs. That's all there, so you can... Yes, books, CDs. So if you want to have a bit of more JV in your life, and who doesn't need as much as you can get in your life, that's fine.
well put.
Yes. So if you want to read Jonathan, I have to say, if you haven't got the books, they are immense. They're very funny and very readable, very quick to zip through. So nothing too heavy, as you can imagine.
Sorry, what does that mean? What are you trying to say, Sam? What are you trying to say about my books being, goodness, they're deep, theological.
Deep and meaningful. And so, if you wish to communicate with me, I'm sue@jonathanveira.com. If you want to take the bank details, then I'm very happy to pass those on to you. If you would like to donate some money to us personally for our ministry, that would be wonderful. Thank you very much. And,
which this week, some of which will go to Steve.
Yes, some of which will go to Steve, absolutely. So, and if you wish to give through PayPal, you can, but they have changed the way they do things recently. So if you're not signed up to PayPal, you may not be able to do this. But it's paypal.me/Jonathan Veira. Make sure it's Jonathan Veira all in one lump, because otherwise it'll go to someone called Jonathan, who is not Jonathan Veira. Exactly. So I think that's about it. Yes, please don't forget YouTube. We're trying to push our way forward
more subscribers.
On
YouTube. We did so well the other week.
So you click the notification bell and you click subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but the more people that we have subscribing, the more we can do things on YouTube. So I will be adding some little vlogs over the next few weeks. I'm going to be chatting to Jonathan about various things that he's up to and posting those on YouTube. You're not going to want to miss those. So if you've hit the bell, you'll get a notification that we put something up. And as I say, keep subscribing, because we get a bit more if you do so.
And we realise that we ask you to do an awful lot, but it piques your interest, I know. And we're coming towards Christmas, and of course it will be the Christmas shop will be open for your.
It will be.
And the new album is coming out, and I have to tell you, you guys, you listen to it, beginning to look a lot like Christmas. What did you think?
Fabulous.
It's a fabulous arrangement, isn't it?
Fabulous.
So we've worked really hard to do this. Neil Costello down in the studio mixing, doing a lot of hard work down there, and Mark Edwards has been working overtime on getting these arrangements exactly perfect. I heard O Come Emmanuel with me singing classically. He's done a beautiful job on that, some beautiful moments. Some funny moments, some really sad moments, some very poignant moments, and that's what my albums do. The songs that make you laugh, make you think. And that's why I think the synergy with Steve tonight has been very great, because it makes you laugh and makes you think. And actually those things are compatible, very much so, within our lives, particularly in these difficult days. I think
if you
Steve,
have subscribed to, hang on, one more. If you have subscribed to be part of the choir for the Christmas album, then you'll be getting an email very shortly telling you exactly what to do and how to do it, and the backing track for you to sing along to. And yes, all the lovely stuff that we've heard about from Steve. So his book.
Could you put that up again one more time?
Rachel, can you find the links for Steve?
Can you find the links for Steve, please?
And Sorted Magazine, which is just wonderful. And I can't believe it's only £36.
It's a bargain, isn't it?
It's an amazing bargain. Amazing bargain. Just 36 for a whole year. So there's his book, Paper Thongs and Further Misadventures, of just the princely sum of £10. And yes, sign up to Sorted, because it's a great magazine. And
you've got contact.
I know it's a man's magazine, but actually I really enjoy it. I enjoy it more than I enjoy a woman's magazine, I have to say.
That's true, and that is true, isn't it? So many, you deserve it.
It's
type
interesting.
magazines.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
And don't forget Sorted. Don't forget, and if you'd like to find out more about Steve, write to him at is it
stevelegg.com.
Simple as that.
Or on all the social media.
Get him to your church, get him along to do something at your place, because it's good value.
It's great value.
He's got a lot more tricks and better than that.
And hopefully he'll be funnier.
What's that, Sue?
You can only hope, can't you? I mean, what I'm just saying.
Got to start somewhere.
You've got to start
somewhere.
Bless you all. I'm going to sing a song. It's 1:58, and I wonder whether to take my tablets now.
Now, so you don't have to stop the song.
Well, no, I can keep going with one hand. All right.
Oh,
now,
you reckon?
I'm going to take my tablet. These are because of my kidneys, guys. What I have to do to keep them. These are anti-rejection drugs. All right. And I dropped one of them.
No. Can't take him anywhere.
You can easily. And so what I'm going to do, Sue, is I'm going to play it, and with my left hand at one point, I'm going to take my tablet, all right?
Are you? Have you got some water?
I've got water and everything, all right? I'm going to see whether we can do this. This is a little trick
Little magic trick.
Right here, and this song is called It's Fulfilled. We sing it every week. Everybody, it's called Go Peaceful in Gentleness to the Violence of These Days. And it goes... Go peaceful in gentleness through the violence of these days. Give freely, show tenderness in all your ways.
Through darkness, in troubled times, let holiness be your aim. Seek wisdom, let faithfulness burn like a flame.
God speed you, God lead you,
and keep you wrapped around his heart. May you be known. Be righteous, speak truthfully in a world of greed and lies. Show kindness, see everyone through heaven's eyes.
God hold you,
Enfold you,
and keep you
wrapped around his heart.
May you be known by love. And of course, the one we always finish with from Numbers chapter 6 of the Bible goes like this. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace and give you his peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord turn his face toward you. The Lord bless you and keep you and be gracious to you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord turn his face toward you. The Lord bless you and keep you and be gracious to you and be gracious to you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace and give you his peace. Next week, the wonderful Richard Lennox on the piano, and you will not want to miss him. An extraordinary talent. You thought I was talented? Piffle, nothing. This man is extraordinary. He's going to be playing and talking about his life and you'll find it extraordinarily interesting. Get people to come along, 8 o'clock next week, JV live from the Steinway room. God bless you, have a lovely one. Goodbye from Steve and Mark.
See you soon.
Goodbye from Sue, and we'll see you next week.
Bye. Thank you, techies. Bye.
Thank you, tech team, extraordinary.